Anyway, I have a grape arbor here, and today what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare this grape arbor for the next season's growth. So from last season, you can see that my grape arbor has kind of gone hog wild. Last year was a good year. We got a really good harvest on this last year. And as you can see, my grapevines have just absolutely done their own thing. And in order to get this to go up and on top of the canopy here, where they're supposed to be growing, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to trim these vines so that way I can guide them up on top of the canopy, where this year they should actually reach the top of the canopy this year. So I'm pretty excited about that. And so what I was going to do is I was going to bring you guys along with this. Okay, you guys have got to simmer down. I am so sorry about my peanut gallery. They've apparently lost their minds. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you along with me here and just kind of show you what I do, because there's been a lot of people who are interested in my grape arbor and they kind of want to know how to take care of one. I grew up with a grape arbor at my grandparents' farm. In fact, his was a lot larger than this one. So I've got a pretty good handle and a pretty good amount of experience in growing grapes and cultivating grapes and maintaining a grape arbor. So this grape arbor, it is something that we built. It is a pagoda. I'm not sure how to pronounce that actually. Grape arbor. So we did build this by ourselves. This was our COVID 2020 Occupy Our Time project. So while a lot of people were doing, home remodeling, home redecorating, we were out here building a grape arbor. So I figured the next time we have a pandemic come through, I'm going to be ready. I'm going to have my backyard chickens with eggs, and I'm going to have my wine. So next time we go through this, I'm going to be prepared. So anyway, this is the grape arbor. I do have a post on my blog, thecountryclucker.blog, where I actually detail the construction progress of this grape arbor, what I used, the materials we used, the techniques we used. And if you're interested in building one like this, you can look at that. Now, our expense for this, I want to say it was around $2,000, I think. Of course, this was before lumber got outrageously overpriced. So now if I would build one, I really wouldn't know how much it would cost. But I know pre-COVID or during the COVID pandemic, we built this. And it was around $2,000 by the time we did the lumber and all the hardware and everything. We had to rent tools. We had to rent an auger to deal the the big supports. So we had tool rental involved in that. We built it in about a week. So it looks really complicated, but it's actually a very simple structure. As far as these chains are concerned, I have hammock swings that I hang from these chains. So when we built this grape arbor, I needed something in the backyard to sit down in. The chickens seem to tear apart my lawn chairs and poop on my Adirondack chairs that I would leave back here. So I needed something a little bit more tailor-made to being around backyard chickens. And so I've got these hammock swings that I hang from these chains. I have 4 of them. And when we built this grape arbor, we did build with that in mind, that this was not only going to be an arbor for grapes to actually grow on, a support structure, but it was also going to be like an outdoor swing seating. So when we built it, these big beams up here, we selected to hold the weight. And as you can see by the structure, the weight goes down on the supports. So it has no problem supporting the weight of 3 people, 3 adults that are sitting on it and swinging. And the posts are cemented into the ground. So when you have the live weight of the swings and combined with any kind of wind or anything, it is very solid. So it's not going anywhere. So anyway, I will link that post to this video so that way you guys can see how we built this. This was just a backyard project. We did this in about, I think, a week. So as you can see, my grapevines have just kind of done their own thing. This was all last year's growth. And so it is February. Yeah, that's Smog's opinion. It is February, so it's a fairly warm day today. And as you can see, the vines are kind of starting to come to life, but I want to get them pruned and re-trellised before they actually start putting on buds and leaves, because once they start doing that, it's too late and they're going to start growing. And so I need to get these trellised and everything before that happens. So the things you're going to need, or I'm going to be using, are a ladder, because I'm going to have to get up here and trellis that on the top of the arbor. You're going to need some scissors, twine, and then I just have some, I guess they're wire cutters or something, just to kind of cut the vines. I will have plenty of hen help. So for those of you that like to watch my videos for the chickens, you're going to get plenty of that. They will come here and give me their own opinions about the process, I'm sure. But the primary reason for this video is to show you guys how I do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you here on my tripod.